Hello everybody, here we are today giving my thoughts on Utah's inaugural look for their first season, looking at their logos, their colors, their jerseys, all of those things. But before we start with that, please make sure to subscribe if you're new to me or hockey, whatever the case may be. That being said, let's get on into it. So I do want to start off and apologize if I am sweating during this video. It's in the mid-90s where I live and it is really uncomfortable. But anyway, we are talking about not the Stanley Cup Final, which will be played tonight. Maybe that will end. But we're going to be talking about Utah and their logos and all those things as they did release this. And it seems like they released it anyway. We're going to be talking about what I think right away. And I'm going to be honest, one thing that really makes me happy is the fact they didn't go out there and make us wait, a few more months to see what this looks like. Now, before we show what this looks like, as you probably have all already seen, I just got to say, this is not great, but it could be worse. Hopefully, this is just something where they're going to have major changes for the first year, but there are some good things to work with. So the first thing we're going to talk about here are the logos, and this is the first one here, this circle with the black circle and then the Utah Hockey Club. This isn't anything special, and we know that this looks like something that a lot of people are going to make fun of online, and they already have, because it looks like it was thrown together in like 3 minutes. This is something that if you were in some type of design class and you had like 20 minutes before a project was due, you were going to do this and say, wow, look at everything that I did here. It's not offending to the eye because there's not a whole lot going on, but it's not going to be something where you walk past it and recognize it automatically as this is the brand. Whereas some other teams in the league, especially some teams that are older or some teams even like Arizona where you had the Kachina, you knew exactly what this was and you're going to say, wow, that is a good looking jersey or good looking logo. Here you're going to say, yeah. Now as for the second logo, you have the outline of Utah. This one is better than the other one because it at least gives you an idea about, oh, this is Utah. And I know Utah is in the first name for the other logo, but this looks better. And I know Utah doesn't have as unique of a shape as some other states, especially out east, how you have like the rivers and all of those things that broke up the borders of the states compared to out west where the borders are a little bit more plain and boring, if you will. But at least this says this is what we are. We are the Utah Hockey Club at the moment, unfortunately. Still better than what we saw with the first logo. And I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more of this than the other one. As for the colors, they go with rock black, salt white, and then mountain blue. Now, obviously, rock black and then salt white, they're just white and black. There's nothing too creative there, but the mountain blue is kind of fun and interesting. And I know that if you go back to a lot of my older videos talking about if Utah got an expansion team or if there was just expansion in the NHL or a team relocated to whatever city or state, I was using a lighter blue. This seems to kind of fit that theme and I didn't know it. Obviously, a few years in the making before this even happened, but this is still something that I think is pretty unique. I think black and then the baby blue will look really, really good together if they keep these as their colors. And this is something where you don't see enough baby blue or lighter blue in sports. Yeah, I feel like you saw it a lot more in the 80s and things of that nature, and it's starting to make it come back a little bit, but this has the ability to pop, and I don't think the color scheme is really bad. My biggest question is, are they going to change it going forward in the second year if they end up going with a different name? They may say, yeah, we need to change it because this doesn't necessarily fit with the name. There's a lot going on at the moment, but yeah, really good color scheme to start off with. And then we have the jerseys. And I know a lot of people are going to look at this and say, yeah, this looks like something you would see in the ECHL or whatever the case is. You're not wrong, but at the same time, I would rather them go a more simplified look on the jerseys. That way it didn't look bad than them try to be bold here and it looked like a really bad brand. The black jersey I think is really going to pop and look really good with that baby blue. And you already know that with how the NHL has been with all their knit jerseys in recent years, they'll probably have a baby blue jersey, which could probably look really good. And I'm hoping that maybe, just maybe, they could have a little bit of silver. Again, a lot of teams have played around with these things in recent years. Utah will have that ability as well. And the white jersey, the road jersey is okay. Home jersey is a lot better though. Now, as for my parting thoughts, I think that the potential to have a great logo this year is already ruined. And I think that kind of ruins something going forward because my thought process is, yes, this team won't necessarily have a name, but they are going to have the potential to have such a good inaugural season logo that they could make it like a secondary logo going forward and have that tie from the past into the future or the present at that point where you could say, yes, we weren't the Utah whatever in year one, but we were able to keep this form or this version of what we were from the first season in the state on with us for the remainder of our franchise. Would that have been the case? Maybe not. But with these two, I don't really see a potential for that to be the case. And I hope that if they go that route, please, please, please make it the outline of the state, because if they go the other way, it looks abysmal. And then I want to throw another idea on top of that that's connected, which is the fact that the owner, Ryan Smith, has teams in Utah, Real Salt Lake, the Utah Jazz. You knew this team was going to be based out of Utah. You could have a really good alternate logo that may not even be tied to the team name, that has the potential to be that alternate logo. It's not like he owns 3 or 4 franchises around the nation or in multiple nations. This is his state, so you're thinking, could have been something here, probably won't be. It's okay. And then the final thing that is really fun here is seeing the fact that the team names are already out there in terms of the finalists. There are 6 teams, and you can go out there and vote on that, so please make sure to do that. I voted Mammoth, but there are really good names still left on this list, like Yeti, Mammoth, Venom. Outlaws has grown on me a little bit as people explain more that there were a lot of outlaws in like the 1800s in the state, which again I probably should have known because I like history, but that's not really my era. The other 2 names aren't as good as you have Blizzard, but again the whole Dairy Queen connection would make me like that a lot more. The Elias name is Utah Hockey Club. Please do not use that. Take away all their future first round draft picks if they go out and do that, because there is no way that that was a top 6 name for finalist votes. No way that many people were saying, yeah, Utah Hockey Club has a beautiful ring to it. We are not out there over in Europe. We are in the US and of course Canada. We need a name. We need an identity to go with other than Hockey Club. So I think with what we're seeing here, year 1 is not great, but the colors paired with a good team name and a good logo for year 2 could be absolutely incredible. Do I think that this will be a better look than what the Coyotes had when they went to the Kachina? Probably not. But if we get the Arizona Coyotes back and the Utah whatever look good in the future in terms of their brand, it's not really going to affect me. But anyway, those are just my thoughts for the logo and all those things. As I know most people probably couldn't care, but I did want to make a video over this earlier in the week. Just kind of a busy week last week. Weekend was busy as well, so I'm giving my thoughts now. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Utah's look, and who do you think is going to win in the Stanley Cup Final tonight? Is Edmonton going to force Game 6 after they pumped the Panthers 8-1, or are the Panthers going to win on home ice to claim that first championship? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night, and you go with hockey all right. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.